way of sort of wanting to show that at the end of the day, if I can play some tricky shit in here, they're gonna hire me again because I'm good. And in fact, the chances are that they won't hire you again because that's not what they wanted. And you know, it's just it's a taste thing, and some, you know, it's difficult to, you can't buy that. You know, some people achieve that maturity a lot earlier than other people. Some people never get it. Some people go, you know, put their foot in their mouth the rest of the whole of their lives. You know, but it's I think it's just a question of listening to everything and knowing what you're supposed to, your role is in the band, really, or in the music you're playing.
To be that A player, it's going to take actually playing around with some A players. Find an A player. Find an A player that you like, that you respect. And it doesn't have to be that you know them. Just listen to them. Listen to how they perform their music, how they interpret the music. If you're lucky enough to know one and hang out with them, I don't have to say another word. Just keep your eyes open, keep your mouth shut, and you'll watch it. And it's all about what you see. But truly, an A player to me is just, and they have to understand this, it just takes time to develop a unit thing. It's a unit. It's not an individual thing. It's a unit. And your participation with that unit is everything. And to not get so freaked out on the fact that it's just you in that room by yourself. You're speaking on behalf of the team. That's the A player. And what it takes to get there is just time. Time, a little wisdom and experience. I know when I first met Nathan East, Gene Page came to me and said, I've got a new kid I want you to check out. And of course I was firmly committed to the old players. And I was not into finding anybody new. And he said, Nathan East, I want you to check him out. And Nathan came to the table, and on his first day, first note out of the box, I knew he understood, he felt it, he could play it, the execution was perfect. And again, every once in a while someone comes along like that the experience is already in their beginning stages. And Nathan over the years has just gotten better and better, to the point now where we don't even rehearse anymore. I mean, I'm telling you that honestly. He knows, first of all the old songs. He should, because he played on most of the records. But even if we do a live show, they take charge. They're like captains now. You know, they've been around long enough to where if there's anybody who's new to the table, they just kind of rope them in, and I can show up and it's already done. That's A players. Just one more piece of advice, though, that I think that you need to know about if you're going to get into this. And that is, if you're coming into it for the money, get another job. Find a great job, a nice school teacher, an accountant, a lawyer. It's fabulous. It's secure. If you love it, and that's the key word, if you love doing this, if it becomes a passion where you have to do this, then come on in. It's because it helps your attitude tremendously. I can't say enough about the word attitude, because you're going to spend a lot of time, a lot of boring time, sitting around while some creative guy is trying to get his thoughts together. And if you don't have the right attitude, you're going to burn out in 6 months or less. It's all about really coming in and doing something you love to do. The reason Nathan is so successful at this, and I will tell you, probably the #1 most successful bass player in the business is Nathan, because of the fact that when he finishes a studio session, he likes to be on the road. He has a road relationship. He has a studio relationship. He has a television relationship. He has a movie relationship. These are invaluable. And you would think more so that he was a successful artist, more so than a successful bass player. But that's because of his relationships. And so, to me, your attitude is primo. If you're coming into this business to be a part of a great family, come on in.
All of us as kids, we sat at home, we go, you know, I want to be like him, I want to do what he's doing. And I'm sure there's a host of great bass players out there that want to be where Nathan East is. You know, some of it is just God-given talent, and if you don't have that, I'm sorry, but it's just probably not going to happen for you. But let's assume that you have the God-given talent. We've talked about attitude and how important attitude is. We've talked about, you know, coming into the studio with not just a good attitude, but being in a good mood and happy to be there and not thinking about the money. Because everything you do in your life, when you don't think about the money, that's when you make the most money. I mean, that's a really important lesson. If you're thinking about the $300 you're going to be making here, it might be the last 300 you make. But if you really come in because you're thinking about the music, you're probably going to make 600 or whatever. I mean, that's just kind of the way it works.